this is the S.T.D. and this the sister table
we have this like
it's the only S.T.D. that you want to see. Okay. So my name is Nakia Marie, and I have my sisters with me today. Introduce yourselves, ladies.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carol.
Come on, Karen.
Hey, everybody. I'm Naomi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Crystal.
And I'm Jackie.
Yes. And we have some amazing things to talk about today. But first, this STD, we stay positive, and we like to recognize some women that's making boss moves, okay?
Yes.
And today, honey, I have my hairstylist, my friend. She's my everything. She don't even know it, but she is a girl boss, and her name is Jackie.
I'm a hairstylist. I've been a licensed cosmetologist for like 14 years.
Come on. Yes.
So I work for myself. I've been working for myself for about 10 years. I got into hair loss, dealing with a lot of chemo clients and things of that nature, and turned it into more of a private business because of just the nature of people and wanting things to stay intimate. I also currently now work for a consulting firm, helping people to get government contracts for small businesses and large businesses. And I also have a small little platform called Human Connection First, where I really love to just discuss marriage and relationships and sort of some of the things that go on with us as females.
I love it. Come on. Don't you love that? She keeps my frontal online. Okay, my wig. Thank you.
You can't live out my head.
Yes, yours too. Yes, come on. We thank you. But we want to give Jackie the Girl Boss Award. I love it. So we like to support everything that our women are doing. So make sure, how can they follow you?
Hashtag Human Connection First, or find me at humanconnection@gmail.com or Human Connection on YouTube.
And what about this hair, girl?
Yes, and with the hair.
Edges,
So y'all know I only do referral if somebody, I do their hair if they love you and they refer you.
Right. She don't want no new clients, okay? She don't want no new clients.
That I currently have.
It's exclusive dollars.
That's Human Connection information.
Come on. It's
Human connections to those edges.
So Karen only got connected because of him. So you're welcome. So you have to know somebody that knows somebody. Sorry, she's not going to give you our information. It's okay.
It's okay.
But we love Jackie. She's doing amazing things. So now, ladies, we're going to examine the bodies.
The ball.
From head to
toe.
Come on now.
From head to sock. I got the socks.
Yes, because we can't wear shoes here. Okay? So, head to sock. Okay? So we're going to examine the body. And the body, we mean the body of Christ. That's us. We're going to examine ourselves. So for me, I wanted to talk about something that was very near and dear to my heart, because I am a mama, I'm a wife, I'm a singer. I have so many other things that I do. Well, I'm not a hairstylist, but I like to get my hair done. But I have a lot. I like to do my makeup and all that stuff, jewelry, bling. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I speak for
I'm plugging you, boo.
all of the things that I enjoy. So how do you not lose yourself though, as a woman? Like, you have all of these things, you're working, you're doing all of these amazing things. So how do you not lose yourself in all the things that you have going on?
Well, I would say the truth is you ultimately do at first.
That's right.
You do. You usually have to lose yourself, and then you regain some confidence, you regain some understanding of who you are, and then you slide back into remembering that you like the bling, and you like the hair, or you like the trips, or you like the alone time, or you like whatever it is that you like. I think first you do just kind of lose yourself. I know that happened to me with having kids and being a wife. Is losing myself happened first.
Wow.
And probably I didn't lose myself, and that's probably why I'm divorced.
Oh my God.
Girl, I had to sit up on this one.
Listen, we had to sit up too.
Yes, y'all take attention and take notes. No, because when I got married, I've always known who I was especially, well, let's back that up a little bit. It took a long time for me to get to know who I was as a person. And once I realized that, I protected it with everything that I had, even in marriage. So when I got married, I did not want to lose that. There were some things that he wanted to change. We talked about it, and if I felt strongly about it, then I would change it. But it wasn't like a dictatorship, because what you're not going to do is
we already know.
You're not going to tell me what to do.
That's right.
Because it comes down to being like you're trying to control me.
Right.
And I don't think anybody should feel that way or ever lose who they are just to say that I have somebody.
That's good. Come on.
So
that's a word.
Yeah.
Wow.
She can't even say that.
I agree with Jackie though. Like, you have to lose yourself in order to know, yourself more. Like, okay, I lost myself a little bit being a mom, but now it's time for me to bounce back, because you also trying to learn being a mom and being a wife. So you do lose yourself, because when you once was yourself, you were single. Now you're married, and now you got kids, and now you got a husband. So those are other responsibilities that you have that you did not once have. So then you do lose yourself a little bit, but then you come back to yourself like, okay, it's time to bounce back, it's time to get back to my groove, do what I gotta do. I can be a mom, be a wife, be a boss, be an entrepreneur. I can do all things. Just because I'm a wife and my mother doesn't mean I can't do these things. And a lot of times I think women feel like, when I'm married now and I got a husband, I can't be these things because I'm now married. But that shouldn't stop. But you do lose yourself in the beginning, because it's something new that you're learning, and then once you start getting a task of that, then you regain, okay, let me get myself back together, do what I gotta do.
And see, I guess for me, I've had great examples around me, one of which is Nakia, because I've known Nakia for a long time. Yes, no, but what I want to say is that you never lost who you were. Who you are right now is who you were when you got married, when you birthed two babies. You were still getting yourself together. That's the example. You never lost who you were, because you didn't lose anything that you needed to regain, because it was never gone.
Oh, that's good. Come on, Karen. You was watching it.
I do, girl. It's true though. So when you get around people and you have really positive people in your life, they show you the example. Like, this is, you don't need to lose who you are just because you're married and you have kids.
That's right.
I think
can still keep going.
Yeah, that's the part about also like surrounding yourself with the proper type of people. I definitely did not do that. I did not have a good example of what it meant to continue forward with all my aspirations, dreams, goals, and things like that. As far as once I became a mom, or once I became married, or I didn't have those examples. So I do agree with what you're saying. Like, somebody who, like Nakia, who kind of already had some really good people in her life, and then once she ended up in these situations, it wasn't like a plummet. Mine was a plummet. Mine was like 50 pounds. It was these red sweatpants. It was lack of ambition. You know what I mean? I forgot that I like to do things with my hands and be creative for a while. I even forgot how much respect I was supposed to demand from the man that was in my life. You know what I mean? So I think having those examples and surrounding yourself, that's huge.
Having the examples, but also, where's my stick?
It's okay.
Having the examples, I need my stick. I like the point. Having the examples is also having that right man in your life too. Because you can marry the wrong one that will try to pull you down and drag you down. He sees your shine, but he doesn't want anybody else to see it. But when you marry the right one, that right one will elevate you. He will lift you. He will encourage you. He will accept you and love you for everything and who you are inside and out.
I love it. Okay, that segues into the.
That's what I was thinking about on the way here. Yeah. Realizing who you are really plays a part in who you allow in your space, protecting your peace. And it's like, I'm a very sensitive person, and people always just say, "Oh, you're so sensitive," but that's who I am. So I don't have a hard heart. So that's something that, if this is someone that I plan to be with for the rest of my life, I need you to understand that this is who I am, and you can't change that. If you don't want it, then
I can honestly say my husband helped me be a better me. Because I actually was. It wasn't him that had me lose myself. I was losing myself because of my own self. Wow. It wasn't him. He was trying. He was the one that knew. Okay, you're losing yourself. Right. You don't need to be here. That's awesome. Let's try to. You need to. Come on, let's get this business together. Yes. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah. So he was the more so of an example that I was like, you know what? You know, he's right. I am losing myself. Like, I need to pull myself back together. He knows that you once wasn't like this. You need to be who you were. You need to change back to where you were. Where you at? You know, me, it was just like, well, everybody change, okay? I can get older, but I don't have to just change myself just because now I'm a wife and now I'm a mother now.
That's right. Yeah. I think me having that's good. Yeah. I had the blessing because when I had my children, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to have mom guilt because I felt bad because I'm out here singing and I'm helping everybody else in their family and I'm like, my babies are at home, but I have a really good husband. And he was just like, your children, you know, they love you, they know you're here when I'm gone. Like it could be an hour and I'm like, oh my babies, you know, I don't want you to think I've abandoned you, but you know, he's a very good man and he pushed me to continue, you know, so I just appreciate you, Ryan. I love you, Bookie. But on top, while we're talking about men, though, I think it's important to make sure, though, we were talking about Kim Kardashian and Kanye and how he's now transitioning into this God thing. And so he did have a conversation with Kim and was like, hey, like who you were with that dressing thing, I don't really like it no more. And she was like, well, Kanye, you're the one. You're the one that was like, I want you to be sexy. So how do you feel in that situation? I just heard that she did say now that she was going to not dress as sexy anymore because she did understand his point. Like, you have children now, you're getting older, she's doing things in the White House, so she's like, I have to do something different. So how do you feel about that part of a man changing?
But I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's more of him trying to change her. He's not trying to change her brand or anything. Right. It's just a different outlook of okay. I had this conversation with my husband, and it's more so of a protection thing. Like we know how men think when we go out there and we dress a certain way. We may not be asking for the attention, but they receive it differently. You know, the perception of it. Right. So my husband's more so like, if that's how you want to dress, fine. But when a man comes and approach you in a way you don't want to be approached and disrespect you in a way you don't want to be disrespectful, do something to you, and I'm not there to protect you, you can't get mad at the situation because it's the way that it's your perception. And it's wrong, you know, but guys do receive it differently than what we're given. We may just say, I'm just trying to look cute. But as a man, they're going to look at it differently. So my husband's like, I don't mind you dressing a little sexy, dressing with the way, but I prefer for you to do that when I'm around, because then I know I can protect you if somebody try to step to you wrong. If you're out there with your girlfriends, I can't protect you. You know, it's kind of like, not saying you're asking for it, but it's more so, this is just a way a man think. You can't change how certain men, and there are some, excuse me, men, ignorant men out there who thinks that way. So it's not saying that I'm trying to change you. It's just like you may want to, not to say you can't show a little bit, but just don't try to be so revealing. You know, and then it's his mindset. He's renewing his mind and he's getting a little mature. So he's understanding, like, now, I don't think it's like him trying to change her. It's just like he's understanding, like, my wife shouldn't dress a certain way. Maybe you need to think about it a little bit more. You ain't 21, 19 years old no more. You're a little older, trying to do something different.
I feel different, but I feel different too, and I take it from the perspective of Devon Franklin and Megan Good. Now he is a mature man, right? You know what I'm saying? And Kanye is coming into, and when I say and when I reference maturity, I mean just from a Christian perspective. Kanye is coming into to his in a different way. Devon is a little bit more seasoned. What about Megan?
But Megan don't dress like that all the time.
But Megan has dressed like that.
No, she has. And what I'm saying, she has dressed like that. But when I see Megan when she dresses, sometimes it just depends on the occasion that it is. You see Megan dress sexy, but she doesn't. It's not a constant thing, a continuous thing. Like sometimes when you see Megan, she's chill. She's not, you know,
she's not exploiting.
She's not exploiting sex,
but she still has open. But if you want to just look at it from clothes to clothes, they both have been exposed. So I don't really necessarily see that there is a problem. I think it's from the woman's perspective and how she feels and what because that relationship is personal, because God will convict you at various times in your life. So you get something in you, you're like, you know what? Like for me, when I used to teach dance at church, I had a tongue ring. Oh, you had a tongue ring? I had it all. You couldn't tell me nothing with that tongue ring. But judgment in church. He got a tongue ring. That's true. But it got to a point when one of the little kids that I would work with, she said, "Oh, Miss Karen, I like your tongue ring. I want to get that." I was like, you know what? Now things are changing because people are looking at me in a different light.
So but I think that's what happened with Kanye.
With Kim and Kanye.
But is it really Kim? Is it really Kim that's changing?
So that's what I was saying.
I don't think we will ever know, but I think just him putting it out there like, hey, I would like for you to dress a certain way. He's not beating her down like, hey, but she could probably be like, okay, I don't agree with it, but like you said, later on, she can probably get convicted of it and be like, you know what, he's right. I shouldn't dress this way. Not to say not just to now wear long skirts and
the extra modest, right?
You know,
I
but
was gonna say something.
I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Because I just kind of feel like, for all intensive purposes, like let's say this Kim and Kanye were regular, everyday, regular smegular people, I would actually appreciate it more, but they're not. And because they're not, it makes me feel a little weird, right? It just makes me feel like there's a game being played that we don't know the rules to when it comes to religion and how, but what I don't like is what men do in general to women, which is sometimes take the shine off of him. What's happening to Kanye, let's be honest, if any of us, we met our man one kind of way, and we fell in love with him this one kind of way, and then he completely switched up on us, okay? And then in his switch up, we got convicted with him, right? Let's say that happened. All of a sudden, depending on where you are, you might not want that man no more. And that man might start to feel insecure. And his insecures might say, you're not going to want a man like me with the new changes that I've made. And so I want to change you into the type of woman that would want the man I am today. Right? So that's where we have to be careful with how extreme she goes. Because are you becoming this extreme because now your man is insecure that you won't want the kind of man he's turning into? And if that's the case, maybe that's a situation y'all need to really have a conversation about. And he need to go back to maybe the roots and where he came from to find a wife that's supposed to be for him. Like that's weird. Because I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, too many times I was married. So I've been married 3 times, guys. That's my story. It is what it is. So somebody I was married, my second husband, real talk, loved everything about me, loved me. I mean, he made me feel so important and so special. But the moment I started loving myself and really, really valuing myself, he started competing with me, getting better. So the only way he knew he was up is if I was down. And the only way he knew how down he was how high I elevated myself. So we have to be careful with things like that. If that is who she naturally is, that's who your mama is, that's who your sisters are, that's who... Maybe that's who she is. And what will probably happen is that she'll be convicted to change because of him and then go back in a horrible way back to where she was.
But I don't think that's how she is. You don't think so? Really? I think her mother, Chris, created this image of Kim. Sorry, I don't know if I can say this. When the sex tape came out. So when the sex tape came out with her and Ray, it just gave a platform for the whole family. And her mom stepped in, figuring out how can we flip this and make money off of it. She didn't just do it to Kim. She did it to Kylie. She did it to the other daughter, that one that's modeling. Like and so the mother is now, she's taking her daughters and she's using whatever platform that they have to make money off of it. So I don't think it may not ever. It probably was never Kim. It's just what she probably. It's the image that she had created for herself in order to be Kim Kardashian.
That's why I say I think it's beautiful. But I
don't really think that could be possibly Kim. I just think that's just
her
Kim,
image.
It's her image. That was her image that everybody looked at it as, because everybody looked at, oh, this the girl that has sex with Ray J, you know?
Right.
And it's like, and then it became a big thing, and her mother just turned it, flipped it into their own favor. To now, you know, the whole family has their own empire now, you know? So that's why I just feel like that's how she is.
It's almost like a meshing of identity and image. So you don't know which one is which.
Right.
You don't know if the image is who she is or she doesn't know who she is.
Right.
But that's what my catch this is, because we are all created in the image of Christ. And so my catch this, which is what you're going to catch, the word. Amen. So after all of that, if you would go to Psalms 139 verse 14, it says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. That's the New International Version. And then the New Living says, thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it.
Preaching pastor. Don't teach it, pastor.
At the end of the day, we have an STD cure and a prescription. So we want to have Dr. Karen to write up what the prescription is. Come on, write up the prescription. Give it all, Mom. Okay, thank you so much. All right.
I got the medicine.
So the medicine is that you have to mirror the word.
Hey, shut him up, so cool. You better.
And that is what you have to do. That's the prescription. Isn't it a cute mirror? This is Nikki B. Jules, my sister. She sells these. It's beautiful. But you have to mirror the word. And in order for you to really know your identity, is you have to really go into the word and really see who you are in Christ. So anybody can tell you what they want you to be, but only God's way is the right way. So make sure you mirror the word with my Louis Vuitton. Yes, I am who I am. Okay. So with that, we want this STD to spread. So make sure that you share this video and that you like, comment, and subscribe. And ladies, thank you guys for being a part of this discussion. So ladies, you make sure that they stay what? Pretty, poppin', and positive.